Hi, this is Mary Rubino, and the show is Naturally Speaking. This is episode 13. Last week, we turned the tables, and Donna Morin interviewed me. This week, we're bringing Donna back. And one of the reasons for doing that is because Donna's been here actually 2 times before and had very bad luck with the technical aspect of her interviews. So I wanted to have her come back and try to, third time's a charm, right, Donna?
Third time. I feel like a veteran now.
Now you are a veteran now. So let's talk about your center and the fact that you're the director of Heart Song Wellness Center now, and how that has evolved from the church and what people can expect when they go there.
Okay, sure. So Heart Song Wellness Community is located at the First Unitarian Universalist Church on Pine Street in Milford, which is across from Morin's photography. And I feel like I do kind of have to explain that because Pine Street, while it's off of a main street, it's kind of a one-way side street.
Right, right. And the parking lot's like across the street. I remember
the municipal
that.
parking lot is across the street, so there's plenty of free parking. There's on-street parking, and then there's a tiny lot available for the night events. So the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Milford was actually, this particular building was completed in 1900.
It's a little older, huh?
It's a little bit, it's a little older than I am, but it's been around for a really long time, so it's got a really historical footprint in the town of Milford.
And it's very beautiful inside with the stained glass windows and the very, very, very old pews.
It's incredible. It uses pink granite from when that was a big thing in Milford.
Oh, pink granite, okay.
Yeah, so right from Milford. And
from the quarries.
From the quarries, yeah. And inside, the stained glass windows are just incredible, and they come from a specific designer out of New Jersey that's still in business today and are still very popular. So the church building itself is beautiful. The church itself does not exist any longer in a traditional sense, in that there are no longer Sunday services. They do have a small number of congregants who still meet on Sundays. They meet to have discussions about contemporary topics and to enjoy coffee together. And anyone is welcome to attend that if they are in the area and they want to.
So if someone came to the church, they wouldn't be able to come for a service. They'd be able to see it as it is now, as a daycare and also as the wellness center.
Correct.
Okay,
so
that's good for everyone to know about that.
Exactly. So now the building itself is really housing, as you mentioned, creative community childcare, which is run by Diane and Al Spittler, who do a great job with their fabulous staff. And they provide affordable daycare, which is really important to the community. It's very hard to find affordable daycare these days. And then Community Supper is there as well.
Oh, I remember that, yes.
Community Supper is a place where anyone who needs to can come every Sunday evening to enjoy a free meal, feel part of company, feel valued, and there are core teams of volunteers who volunteer to make sure that Community Supper happens every Sunday.
That's excellent.
So the daycare, the affordable daycare, the community supper, and now Heart Song Wellness are the 3 elements of this church building now, and are what are the relevant reasons for keeping this building really alive. So Heart Song, as we've been talking about, is really, I think, important because we offer workshops and programs that help people to really grow from the inside out. I think there are a lot of really great facilities around Milford that allow people to get a great workout and to be healthy. What we offer is that health starting with the inside, and we've talked about that a number of times, how, you know, if you want to get healthy, it really has to start inside first. So we offer a number of workshops that help to provide that kind of growth. And I think that's where Heart Song is a really important part of this community.
Well, yeah, because I would say that being well begins with your thoughts, begins with being on the inside, like starting out on the inside. And it may be incremental. So I know that you have a lot of great things. You have poetry classes, you have yoga, different types of yoga classes, you have Zentangle, which is a form of art. There's just so much you have to offer that kind of helps people expand their thinking a little bit and maybe open a door to a new way of being and thinking. That's excellent. Excellent.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. So, for example, we have had poetry workshops. We've had workshops on how to decorate in your home with nature.
Yeah.
We've had workshops about herbs and learning more about how you can take control of your own health and use herbs to make yourself healthier. But we have workshops coming up that I'm really excited about that really do encourage that part of yourself where you need to learn more about who you are.
Right.
So, so much of our time during the day is spent doing. We're always doing, right? And these workshops, I think, really focus on the being part of ourselves. And we have Ed Williamson coming in next week.
We know Ed, from Living Buddha Nature.
Ed from Living Buddha Nature, who's just a wealth of wisdom when it comes to self-empowerment and self-growth. So he's going to be coming in to speak. Tonight and every month we have Valerie Wild Owl, who comes in and does tarot card readings. And for those who are not really familiar with tarot card readings, I actually just had mine done for the first time a couple months ago, and it was really fascinating. The experience really provides you with a lot of insight into your life, the kinds of things that you're focusing on, and maybe some other kinds of things that are taking your energy that maybe shouldn't be taking your energy. And so it was really useful to me as an insight tool. And Valerie comes every month, so I definitely recommend her services. Mary Rubino, you may have heard of her. She's coming in at the end of February, the last Sunday of February, and she's going to be speaking about how to be happy.
Now, right.
Be happy now.
Don't wait to be happy. Don't wait.
Don't wait until you lost that 10 pounds. Don't wait until you have the new home. You can be happy now.
Right,
and
exactly.
Mary's going to show you how to do that. So really excited about that. Jackie Rose will be in next month to do her Zentangle, which, have you ever done Zentangle?
No, but she will be here to be interviewed very soon. Actually, in March, she's coming.
Yeah.
And I understand it's a very meditative type of form of art.
It's
excellent.
It's
Excellent.
so
Looking
neat,
forward
and it
to
was
that.
actually started by a woman who does live in Massachusetts.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I learned from her daughter. I took my first class from the woman's daughter, and just amazing. It really is, truly, it gets you in the moment, and then you end up leaving with this incredible piece of art. So I definitely recommend that everybody come in to check out Zentangle.
Now, if somebody wanted to come and get a copy of your calendar, they can just go on the church website, or is there a Heart Song website?
So right now, excuse me, that water, still. Right now, it's still the church website.
Okay.
So www.firstuumilford.org is the place to find all our classes and workshops. We do have a link to Heart Song. So if you click right on that link, you can learn all about our practitioners and all about our upcoming workshops.
Oh, excellent. That's good. That's a good resource to know.
It is.
And if someone was looking for Heart Song wellness, don't look at the church's website, and then you'll have all the information that you need.
That's right.
So can we delve into a little bit about your history now?
Oh.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm scared.
As a health coach, I think that becoming a director of a wellness center is a perfect fit for you. Yeah. And I think you've touched on this before in your interviews that weren't so great, that didn't come out so great because of the technical aspect, that, like a lot of people, you've kind of gone through this process that you're trying to help other people go through. And it's huge that you want to do that.
Right. So I started in health coaching really around the time that my son was born, I think is when that whole idea of, wow, I can make change in my life started to happen. I think I told you last time before I was a boxitarian.
A boxitarian?
Yeah.
What exactly is a boxitarian?
So a boxitarian is somebody who eats generally most of their meals out of a box. I even had a cookbook that said how to make microwave meals in minutes. So that was my life. At that point, I had no idea how to cook. I didn't learn how to cook when I was growing up. My mom worked outside of the home, so it was very standard American processed food. That's what we knew. That's what we liked.
Right.
I had no idea that the health issues I was experiencing later in my life were partly connected to those choices that I was making early on. So I was diagnosed with asthma when I was 8 years old. I was diagnosed with 43 allergies.
Wow,
at the same
that's a lot
time.
of allergies.
There's a lot of allergies. Most of them were hay fever related, dust related, animal related. And then I did have a food allergy, which was then diagnosed as a wheat allergy. I think at that time I was the only person in my state of Maine who was diagnosed with a food allergy.
Oh, you grew up in Maine?
I grew up in Maine, yes.
Okay.
So, and it made life a little more challenging. I couldn't have the things other kids were having at school. But what I learned after my son was born was that a lot of those health issues could be resolved. And I didn't know this. I started to eat better because I was feeding him well. Right. And as I was starting to make these lifestyle changes, I noticed only over the course of time that my asthma started to go away. I didn't need to use my inhaler anymore. My allergies were much better. I could visit people who had cats, which was something I
come to my house.
Oh my goodness, now we can visit. But that really kind of puts a damper on your social life, you can't visit people with pets. Back pain. I had really horrible back pain. When I was 35, I was teaching and one day sneezed and threw my back out. I couldn't straighten my back up again for the rest of the day and probably the rest of the week. And then it was in and out of MRIs and physical therapy, and I was taking Darvocet, which is banned now because it was related to heart disease. But all of that now is gone, and I never started making these choices thinking that I could change any of that.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to do this because it will get rid of my asthma. It was like, holy mackerel.
Big bonus plan.
I'm not using my inhaler anymore. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So now I'm doing a lot of things that I could never do in my life before, and I'm really taking advantage of it. I'm totally going through a midlife crisis.
Oh, excellent.
And I love it.
Enjoy that midlife crisis.
Thank you.
I think sometimes we hit a certain age too, and we kind of question, well, what else is there? Your kids are starting to grow up, and you're kind of looking at, what are you about? And what does make you feel good? And what does bring you joy? Right. And children are awesome catalysts, because if you're not going to do it for yourself, of course, children are a great reason to, make some changes, some positive changes.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
You must have been very surprised to have so many different things change for you as you went through this with your son.
Oh my goodness, I was so surprised. I again, never realized that any of this was going to change. The things that I'm able to do now too just make me so happy. The fact that I can climb, I climbed Mount Washington this past September to raise money for the breast cancer fund, and that was just such a huge accomplishment. Most of the women I hiked with experienced breast cancer, and it was just such a beautiful experience, and I'm not sure I could have ever done that 10 years ago.
Not if you were wheezing. You would have had a really hard time.
Exactly.
And then I also understand you do like some 5Ks.
I do 5Ks. I just placed for the very first time, won second place in my age group in my last 5K on New Year's Day. Something, again, I've never done, never thought I could have ever done. And yes, it's amazing. So my passion now is to let other people know how much power they have, because we can't change what we don't know, right?
Exactly.
So I think a lot of times people don't realize that the aches and the pains and whatever ails them could be made at least better, if not completely eliminated, through lifestyle.
Yeah. And a lot of the people that come through here and are interviewed for the holistic, for this show, really have a lot of answers for that, a lot of different things. I mean, it's so worth trying and expanding yourself to find out, is there something I can do to help myself? And you're a perfect example. All the things that you were trying to do for your son helped benefit you and allowed you to want to be able to offer this to other people.
Right.
That's excellent. Such a great thing to be able to do, and such a great thing to be able to experience. And people do start to feel very, very limited with it when their bodies are not working properly. And then in their mind, they feel those limitations and are kind of fearful to even try different things. Right. So this is opening the door for a lot of people, Donna, when you share that story. That's why I wanted to have you talk about that a little bit more today, because I find that when people come in here and talk about what they do, it's usually the story that kind of brings out the reasoning for other people to try it. So maybe someone else that has back pain is going, well, Donna Morin made some changes and she felt better.
Right. And I think you made a good point too, the idea of, I don't feel like I'm finished yet. Even though I've made all these changes, now I feel like I'm really working on that inner growth.
Right.
That part of me that's growing on the inside. And going to classes like what we offer at Heart Song are just such a way to do that for me, to explore my purpose for being here, to explore, how I can improve myself. I really firmly believe that the purpose of a day is to be just a little bit better than you were the day before, however that looks, So, yes, I agree. Keep challenging yourself. Every day should be something new, something exciting for you. And exciting can be a cup of tea. It doesn't have to be climbing a mountain every day.
It could be spending time with people that you really care about, and actually making time for people that you care about. Making that time for people. It's so important. I mean, sometimes we run around and we don't even have a real destination. We're just like busy.
Right.
Slow down. Enjoy.
Make time for yourself.
Right, that too, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's in making time for yourself that you realize how important it really is for other people as well.
Absolutely.
So, I love having you come here because you're a wealth of knowledge, you have a great story, and you're really trying to help the Milford community and people in the area kind of have that experience in so many different ways. So I highly recommend that people come and check out your website, come into the center, look for postings in the paper, and I'd love to have you come back as soon as possible.
We'd love to be back.
All right,
thank you, Mary, and I look forward to seeing you next month.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, this month.
This
the
month.
28th. We're in February.
Okay, thanks.
Great.